Hello, this is Rob Ragazine of intuitionbyrob.net. I've been blogging about perspective recently, and mainly because I was inspired by a television show you've probably seen called Grimm. In it, there's a detective who is a quote unquote Grimm, and these people can see sort of beneath the masks that we all wear, but there's a there's humans and there's Vessen, which are sort of non-humans. They look human, but they tend to be other creatures on the show. Some are good, some aren't. And the detective each week has to deal with a new Vessen or monster of the week. And sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's not so fun. And recently, there was a episode with a Korean lesson that was not so good. It it basically fed off of pregnant women. Didn't kill the babies, but fed off their fluids and whatnot. That sounds kind of gross, and it was very strange. But they had one extra lieutenant who actually saw this creature in its true form, and he went off the edge. And there's some fighting with the characters on the show who can see these other vessel creatures about whether or not they should tell the lieutenant what he saw, or if he can handle it, or whatnot. So this gave me the idea to look at life, all of life, from a different perspective, because sometimes we think we see the real people around us, and in general, if you're hanging or socializing with the right people, and then you're in a good crowd of people and they're compassionate, you're compassionate, and everything is wonderful. But sometimes we mistakenly get in relationship with someone who is not on the up and up. And that's sort of like this show, because we never know who's actually truly human and who's not. And that's the point of having perspective. Who is human in your life and who is less than compassionate? And how can you truly know that? Well, to start, it really involves having compassion for yourself and accepting nothing less from anyone else. But it starts with you. It starts with caring and supporting yourself. And if you have that nature for yourself, then you'll draw other people into your life that care and support for you. And that'll be your family and your community, and everything will be fine. But if you're beating yourself up inside constantly, then you're going to draw other people into your life that are beating themselves up. So pay attention and look at how you're treating yourself. What's your perspective? Is every day gloomy and sad and depressing? That may be the case, but you can ask, how can I best support myself? Even though right now it might not be the best that it can be, I can work towards that. And that's sort of like how it is on the show. Then the Grim is working to build a better life for himself, his partner, and his community. And he's sort of thrust into this just like we all are in our lives, in that he didn't really know what it was to be a Grim, and he had to find help on the outside to facilitate navigating this new world. So the new world for us could very well be finding compassion in our lives and working with it and living from that perspective. Having first compassion for yourself, and having second acceptance for where you are, and knowing that things can improve and get better. Thanks for listening. This has been Rob Ragazine of Intuition.net.